Guys, my name is Ece. Today I want to talk about why it's so important to ask the right questions. We have a life in front of us and we do a lot of things and we think that we know things, we think that we want things. We think somehow that the things that we are doing and the way we are is in resonance with who we really are and where we want to go. But I think that mostly we don't really know where we want to go, like why we really do things and what we look forward to get from what we do. And the biggest reason is because we don't really reflect, like we don't ask the right questions. I know a lot of people, and sometimes me included, when sometimes you're just unaware of things and you just do them because of trauma or because of things that is going on inside you, and then in the end you end somewhere that you didn't want it to be. And mostly those are the places where you go because of desire, because of lack of meaning, lack of faith, lack of love. When you lack things, then other things take place instead of, for example, faith or love or connection or meaning or passion, intuition. And then you start to, okay, I'm doing something, and maybe sometimes I have a sparkle of happiness sometimes, or sometimes sparkle of peace, but it's not really who I am. It's not really where I'm going. And maybe you notice that when you are on that way, you experience some kind of inner emptiness, a lack of meaning in your life. You just feel that something is missing, and you also start to lose some parts of yourself that were really important to you, and maybe you were really happy that you had them, that you were able to do them. But that's the thing though, when you wake up in the mornings and you don't really know why you do things, you don't really know where you go, and you don't have to know everything. To be honest, you can try a lot, but you're not gonna know everything. That's normal, and that's also beautiful. It's also because life is full of surprises, and when something is full of surprises, it's just more fun. You can be curious about life, but none of the less you have to try to ask the right questions. And how can you do that? For me, for example, it helped me a lot to listen to the emotions inside me. Whenever I felt like really not that great or the opposite, I try to be aware of them, like, why do I feel those kind of things? Not only thoughts based, but also like feelings, just to feel them. Nothing more, nothing less, just to feel them. Because somehow you get some kind of answers when you start to feel whatever is going on inside you. And the other thing is, I wrote down stuff. Sometimes it would just freestyle. I wrote down whatever comes into my mind. Sometimes I wrote a question that was really important to me to know about, and I wrote about it. For example, what do I really want in life? Or why do I feel like this? Or what can I do about my situation to be in a better place? And then you just write. And I would recommend better to really write it with a pencil, because you have more time to reflect, you have more time to think when you're writing with the pencil. Just different. But if you don't do that, if you don't want to do that, if it's too much work or something like this, you can also write it on the computer or on your phone. But best option would be, for me at least, what I would recommend, to write it on the paper. And you'll see, inside us, and the answers are actually inside us. So you just have to ask the right questions, and they will appear, they will show themselves. But you have to believe that you have the answers inside you. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get anything from the world outside of you, but you're not dependent on anything outside of you. Because you with your being, with whatever you are, I don't know what we are, maybe a soul, maybe a part of the universe, but we have a lot inside us. We have a lot of wisdom. So you already know, just trust. And those couple things that you can do to reflect. And it's for me at least, it was not like, okay, I just asked myself that specific question and then I knew all of the answers. But it's like, if you give power and energy to some kind of direction, it shows itself in different ways. And step a little bit, step there, a little bit step here, and it gets more and more obvious, and you have more and more trust in a couple things. Yeah, but this is something that you have to experience. I can only talk about it or point in the direction, but you have to experience it yourself. Okay, as I said, my name's Ece. I like to talk with you about topics that are somehow not on the surface mostly, and I feel like this is really needed, and I feel like this is a big need for human beings to at least reflect on stuff like this, because at the end it's why we do things, it's who we are, and it's where we get the meaning, and I don't think that this is some unnecessary stuff to talk about, to reflect, to think about, to feel about, but maybe one of the most needed things to do, and more important, to share our perspectives. So if you are interested in topics like this, let me know in any way that you prefer. Subscribe my channel so you're not gonna miss the following content. And if you have anything to say, I would love to know about your experiences. Let me know in the comments. See you the next time. Bye.